So I like to talk about a mindset, okay? I like to prepare our minds before we talk about what we have for you so that you can appreciate the whole idea of getting into real estate as I'm presenting it. In the world of commerce, in the world of business, there are two types of people, two categories of people. The people with a consumer mindset and the people with a producer mindset. Now, everybody seated here, everybody in the world is actually a consumer. Big corporations produce products and services, and everybody is expected to buy. Now, let me pick a product and then we can understand why I'm saying everybody's a consumer. And we like consuming. They've actually psychologically imprinted that on people to like consuming. Look at a brand like Apple. They release a new product, a new Apple product every year. And people are in a hurry to drop the previous version to go get the new version. So big corporations, they understand human consumer psychology. And they've made sure that, because it's simple, there's a saying I like to say that if you want to make $1 million, there are two ways you can go about it. You either sell a product for $1 million and then you're wondering how many people can afford to buy it, or you find a way to sell it $1 to 1 million people and you're making $1 million that easily. So these big people have thought of ways they can make everybody consume their product, and they keep on serving us with new updates every time. If you want to make money, you can just switch the mindset from, I'm not saying don't consume, we all consume, we need to consume. But whilst we're consuming, don't just remain a consumer. You need to have that mentality switch and then think of how to produce. But then when you think of producing, you are plagued with a question, what do you produce? Then what do you sell? How do you market? You start thinking a lot. Startup capital, like there's so much you would think may go wrong, and so you kill your dreams and then you remain where you are. The consumer and the producer mindset. Anybody at all can become a producer. In today's age, where we're in the content creation era, everybody's catching onto that wave. All these content creator people are now trying to produce something, thanks to platforms like TikTok and Instagram and all these platforms, right? But don't forget, these are people's platforms they built, and they are sharing how you can also become a producer on their platforms. When you do your research into these platforms, they are multi-billion-dollar platforms, okay? Now, I just wanted you to have that mindset about who a consumer is and who a producer is. And Mark Holmes is offering you an opportunity so that you can also tap into real estate, because that's where we crack the code. You can make money from so many avenues, right? But then you need to be smart about it. You need to look at what your budget and your resources can go into and then maximize it so you can run with it, right? Okay. Real estate, Mark Holmes, we are focusing our wealth creation in the real estate industry. Why real estate? It's a wealth building platform. Real estate generates consistent income and appreciates over time. I mean, since people started building, starting from land, even when we're growing up, they tell us that if you want to own properties, the best you can buy is what? Piece of land, because it appreciates over time. If you buy a car as an asset, it depreciates. But then if you own a land, over time it appreciates. So real estate is something that we know that makes money. But then everybody goes like, if I don't own a piece of land, or if I don't have a piece of building, I can't benefit from the real estate space. And so people shun away from it. Tangible investments. Physical properties provide a secure and concrete investment option, especially in places like Ghana and Africa, where the digital age hasn't really caught up yet. We believe in what we can see and what we can hold, right? And so if you're thinking of offering people investment opportunities in places like Africa, Ghana, a tangible investment is something that you would always find people asking you, where is the product? Where are you located? Where is your office? People want to see before they can put their money where you're asking them to put the money, right? Okay. Economic development. Real estate plays a crucial role in fostering economic growth. Real estate is the backbone of every economy. In every recession, real estate finds a way to survive, one way or the other. Because whatever you do, people will need a place to sleep. People are looking for places to rent all the time. Housing projects is something that the government cannot do without. Every major corporation is looking for ways and means to solidify themselves in the housing space. So it's a huge market. And people who are smart about that space, they make all the money. All right. Personal success. If you're fortunate enough to have some money and you're thinking big time real estate up until what Mark Holmes is about to offer you, it is a great way to achieve personal success. And it gives you longevity, right? And it's a space where when you build your wealth on, it hardly crashes. That's real estate for you. In fact, as I progress through the presentation, you realize that almost every major big player you know of has a foothold in real estate. They say if you want to make money, you need to build multiple streams of business. Every big business owner I know has a business in real estate, one way or the other. All right. So success stories. People like Nana Kwame Bediako. We all know him. Recently, when he wanted to stand for presidency, his life and his business was put under scrutiny. He is one real estate mogul. He owns the Kwale Group. And the company, they own, I think when I was doing my research, they've constructed over 500 commercial and residential units across Ghana. He's a billionaire. And then real estate is actually the first business area he delved into after he made his money from outside Ghana. Dr. Kofi Amoah, he's known for his entertainment ventures and cultural influences. But then you know Citizen Coffee. He's the owner of Citizen Coffee. He is known for what? Entertainment ventures and culture, but then on one corner, he's chopping money from what? Real estate. Sam Jonah. I'm sure most of you know Sam Jonah. He owns the Sam Jonah estate. It's at Obuase. Yeah. He's also making money in real estate. He owns chain of business. In fact, you can name them. They are into real estate. Right. So types of real estate. This is where the big players play. And this is what scares the average person, right? We have the residential, that's homes, apartments, catering to individuals and families. This type of real estate is where your mommy or your daddy, they live a good life. They do their best to buy a house, and then they can will it to their children, right? And so you can own that piece of land, own a piece of that property, and then through that lineage, your family can also tap their foot into real estate. But look at the gap before this happens for you. It means also Bobra, to own a property before you can take this type of real estate. It's no small money. And if you want the bank to also help you acquire this, it means you're going to be in bank loans for years, mortgage financing and all of that before you can go into this type of real estate. And most of the times, people don't even look at the business side of this type of real estate. They only look at the residential type of it, and then it becomes what? A liability, even though it can be an asset. We also have the commercial space, offices, retail spaces, enabling business activities. People, like I said, people with deep pockets build these structures and then they rent it out, just like where we are. Okay, so it's big money. Industrial, factories and warehouses supporting manufacturing. a lot of Chinese, a lot of these foreigners are in Ghana and they go into warehousing. We can't, the average person cannot afford this. And so you won't even go there. But it's a lot of money if you do your research. Land. Undeveloped plots, flexible investment potential. Now, this is the starting point for every type of real estate, the big players. But then this one is also plagued with, land litigation issues, and then chieftaincy issues, and then land guards. Trust me, it's a whole lot. A whole lot. All right, mixed use, properties combining various spaces for urban use. Multi-complexes like Accra malls, these guys are making money. They are making money. Okay, if you have money, or you can bring some people together and you can build a structure like this. You go through town, you see people doing projects like this. Mega projects. Recently, I was doing research about one of these abandoned projects on the Labadi stretch. Yeah, I was doing some research about it. And when I was looking at the numbers, they were going to invest over $18 million into that project. But there were so many issues about it, and so it couldn't fly. But look at the money that was going to go into the startup alone before it starts generating money. A lot of money. The average person cannot go into that space. And so when you look at this picture, it brings your mind back to the consumer and the producer mentality again. It means that only the big players are playing here as what? The producers. The average person has been made what? A consumer. Pay rent and stay there. Right. Challenges of real estate. Startup capital. Regulatory challenges. Trust me, this space, a whole lot. A whole lot. I don't want to go into it. If your family own a piece of property, they have yearly whatever they pay. You even own the property, and government will tell you after some number of years they're going to own it back. Like, trust me, it's a whole lot. Okay, it's a whole lot. Fluctuating tenant demand, dealing with unprofessional middlemen, lengthy recovery time for rental return on investment. People, these are like the apartments and the flats buildings, and then most of the times these type of real estate are rented out to, in Ghana, what I know is minimum 1 year, 2 years. And when you're dealing with tenants like that, nobody should tell you. Sometimes moving them becomes a problem. Okay? Dealing with unprofessional middlemen, everybody says they're an agent. And then they'll take agents' money, but then they won't help you get what you're looking for. All right. Securing reliable partners and investment. Like I said, big players. So if you have ambitions to go into real estate and this is what you're thinking about, you have to do fasting and prayers for like 10 years. Right. Maintenance, operations, acquiring good location. That's also another major problem with land. You buy the land, and if you don't wall it, land guards will come and what? Repossess it. So many issues with real estate. Anyway. But then this is where the magic happens. Short stay real estate. So what is it? Short stays are fully furnished accommodations rented for short durations, that's days, weeks, or months. Includes serviced apartments, Airbnb style rentals, vacation homes, and Airbnb style guest houses. Now, when COVID happened, okay, or even before COVID, there are a lot of people traveling. When you look at a country like Dubai, okay, where tourism, any country that has tourism going on for them, this type of real estate makes a lot of money. And then Ghana is slowly also going into that space with all these year of return, and then all these Ghanaian diasporans coming home almost every year, and foreigners coming into Ghana to look for opportunities. Short stay is becoming a niche that people are considering when it comes to real estate. And even people who are doing the commercial type of real estate, the long stay, are also looking for ways and means to get into this type of real estate. Current trends. Increased preference for home-like experiences over traditional hotels. Hotels are quite on the expensive side and also premium services, right? And so the average person, if you want to experience the good life, you need to be on a certain type of financial vibration before you can enjoy the hotel lifestyle. So when people are traveling abroad, they prefer the short stay instead of the hotels. Before short stays emerged, hotels and guest houses and motels were the ones that were ruling the space. But then short stay, as I go into it, you'd understand why people are preferring that, because it gives you a sense of relaxation. It gives you like a sense of home away from home without all the expenses that comes with the premium hotel treatment. Okay, most of the times, even the hotel treatments, they give you this type of like professional reception, but then when you enter into the when you book the spaces, there's not that much to talk about them. They're just expensive because they're hotels. Okay, unless you're going into big time hotels like the Moving Pigs and Co. But how many people can afford to enjoy that type of luxury? All right. Growth fueled by tourism, digital nomad lifestyle, like I was talking about. The tourism, as the world progresses into a global village where people are traveling all around, and in this era where content creation has also become a norm, people travel all over the world, and when they travel, they prefer a home setting to a hotel, because hotels are expensive. Okay, so they prefer the short stays because they are on the cheaper side and they give you more in terms of value. In 2025, the short-term rental market is estimated to be worth over $137 billion. The short stay industry. Okay, people don't really do their research, and so that's why they don't really get into space. But if you do your research into these type of businesses, you'd actually understand why it is a good gig. It is projected by 2033 it will be worth about $315 billion. That's about 10 years from now, give and take. So it has a lot of room, a lot of potential that anybody at all, if you understand how to work this space, can make money from this. And like I said, it can be your backbone. We're not saying stop whatever you're doing and put all your eggs into real estate. But then if you're thinking of stabilizing yourself, it is always good to put one leg or one foot in real estate to secure yourself. And then from the income you earn from here, you can delve into other spaces. As far as I'm a businessman and I've been into other businesses, trust me, I've had my ups and downs with businesses. But ever since I tapped into real estate, it has been sustainable. All right. Advantages: flexibility and affordability for travelers and remote workers. I've spoken about this. Higher returns compared to traditional rentals. Minimal vacancy rates due to high demand. Yeah. Industry giants. Now, when we talk of the short stay market, there are two people or two companies who are making waves. And then in Ghana or anywhere in the world, when you mention short stay, everybody knows what? Airbnb. They even call the business Airbnb. It has become a household brand. The business is not Airbnb. Airbnb is a company that provides a platform for people to list their properties and then get into short stay. But they've become so popular now, the industry is being called Airbnb. Now, Airbnb, as compared to Booking.com, Booking.com is currently, as far as I'm concerned, I stand to be corrected. Booking.com is the largest short stay platform, okay? And they are valued at about $157 billion. That's Booking.com. They are into anything booking you can think about, from hotels, flights, to short stays. They are the booking giants. Now, and they are ranked the 97th most valuable company in the world. Airbnb is valued at $79.4 billion. These guys are giants. And trust me, These guys are not Ghanaian. These guys are not African. These guys are European and American. And they've grown so big, they have extended their tentacles into Ghana and Africa. I remember when companies like Uber and Bolt were also emerging, they came to just revolutionize the whole concept of transportation. Traditionally, people would go and buy a taxi, and then they will get a driver, and the driver will work and pay. That's what people used to do. And then these companies came in with just an app. They became the middlemen. They said, list your car or whatever on their platform, and then they connect you to the consumer. They connect you, the producer, to the consumer. They become professional middlemen. That now they become industry players. You can't take them out of the equation. Booking.com and Airbnb has also solidified themselves as the major middlemen in the real estate short stay market. All right. Mark Homes. Like I said, Booking.com, Airbnb, and other ones who are also emerging in the market are not Ghanaian. They are not really African, okay? They are making billions of dollars and they are tapping from Africa as well. But funny thing is, these platforms don't offer people, the consumers, any opportunity for you to also tap into how they make the money. Now, I as a businessman, when I go into any space, I'm always thinking of, I like sharing. By my nature, by default, I like sharing. So when I go into any business space, I'm thinking of ways and means I can share the goodness of that industry with people. Okay? Myself and my team, we could have also decided to build a platform like Airbnb and Booking because, I remember some time ago when Facebook started, I was that ambitious. I've been always ambitious right from the get-go. When I saw Facebook emerging, I wanted to build my own social media platform. I actually built it, but lack of funding and being positioned in Ghana, it fell down the drain. Now, over the years, I've tried going into other spaces and also doing something in that market. But there's always a problem with the financing. And so it falls away. But when I tapped into the short stay market and with a platform that I'm building my team, trust me, this is the gold mine. This is the gold mine. So Mark Homes, like I'm saying, all these other platforms like Booking.com, Airbnb, and there's Verbo, there are other ones, okay, but they are not Ghanaian. They only have their platforms in Ghana and Africa where people can also list. But because they are not Ghanaian, their focus is not on us, okay? When you have challenges, when you list your property on these other platforms and you have challenges, trust me, you call and it will go to customer care and you can stay on the phone for 30 minutes to an hour and then the call will drop, you call back. I'm telling you, customer reception can be a problem because their focus is not what's here. All right. So, but the thing too about business is, when you look at any industry and they are making money, you just have to do your research and see how you can also position yourself, where you find yourself, and how you can also take advantage of the momentum they are building. So I decided to build a platform as well. But instead of just going at it the way Booking.com and Airbnb were going about it, I decided to study the Ghanaian market terrain and African market terrain and then add a little spice to it. Okay? That's where Mark Homes is different. All right. So we are a leading provider. We like to say we are a leading provider because that's where we're going to. We are a leading provider in luxury short stay accommodations across Ghana with strategic locations in Accra, Kumasi, and we are ambitious enough to think Pan-Africa. All right. A trusted brand catering to diverse customer needs. What we offer: suites, studios, service apartments, event locations, and lounges equipped with premium amenities. Mark Homes is positioning itself in the short stay real estate market. We are looking at the challenges the industry is facing in Ghana and Africa, and we are bridging the gap, bringing Ghana and Africa to the rest of the world, so that when we also become a giant, now the other platforms can also look at us and be like, okay, these guys are doing something great, right? Some of our features include free parking, high-speed Wi-Fi, Netflix, gaming, basic amenities of most short-stay outlets. All right. Our mission is to redefine hospitality by offering premium stays at affordable prices. Our target markets: tourists, business professionals, digital nomads, and the locals seeking temporary escape. You can be cooked up in your home and be like, Charlie, this weekend I want to go to Kempinski. This weekend I want to go to please give us. You people have been doing this escape, so have you been going? Where? You don't go anywhere? All right, so normally when you stay in one environment for a long time, see, we are the product of the environment we find ourselves in. So it is good. Even there are some people that may not be able to travel outside or cannot afford to travel outside. But then if you have the opportunity to book some of these locations and go look at them, trust me, they give you a sense of being outside. You don't need to, the world is becoming a global village, okay? You don't need to spend money, book a plane ticket, book some hotel at Dubai. People are building Dubai in Ghana. If you book certain spaces and you go there, you will think you are outside Ghana. That's how the short stay real estate is revolutionizing the real estate space. All right. These are some of our current units. Now, as part of my business ethics, before we go out presenting any business opportunity to anyone, we like to prove the concept. Make sure it is working. Make sure that before we ask people to come on board, every question they will ask or they will think of asking, we have asked ourselves and we have answered it for them. Okay, so we tested the market. Like I said, Marcoms started around 2022 up until now. We have tested the market, tried it, seen what works, what doesn't work, and we have fine-tuned it so that anybody who wants to also come into that space can get the cream, okay, the icing on the cake, and not the wahala down the drain. All right. So these are some of our active units. Okay, so we have units in Kumasi, we have units in Accra, we have units Spintex. We have some units in some other African countries also. Trust me, we are local, but people are recognizing what we're doing and then they are actually wanting to partner with us. Okay? So these are some of our units. They are actively working, and people, based on our market strategies, our units are mostly booked all the time. We get booking all the way into the future, like 3-4 months into the future. Why Marcoms? We offer an opportunity to grow your own real estate portfolio. Like I said, if you want to go into the real estate space, it is big money. But Marcoms has found a way to present real estate to the average everyday person, like myself, like yourself, so that we can also tap into this billion-dollar industry. And then as we are a startup, you can actually grow with us. And as we become like the giants, you're sharing in the profits as we grow. That's the whole concept of Marcoms. Now, we could have decided to do it just the way the elites in the real estate are doing it. And trust me, we could have done it. Because like I said, for the past 3 years, we have been doing it. We have been breaking grounds. We have been making the money the little way we know how, and we are expanding. But like I said, by nature, I'm a sharing person. I like to share the cake. We offer affordable investment entries, secure position with industry players like Airbnb and Booking.com. And There's a popular saying that says, don't try to reinvent the wheel. If people have done it and they are doing it better, don't try to reinvent it. Parasite on them and go with them. So we are inviting you to also parasite on M.A.C, and then we go together. All right. These were our estimated value as at last year. We're generating approximately 40,000 Ghana cedis monthly in revenue. And the value of the assets that we manage is approximately 5 million Ghana cedis. Like I said, we make sure to go into a space where it is backed by what? Tangible assets that anybody can what? Recognize with them. All right. Now, these are some new projects that we have undertaken this year. And when we opened up ourselves to partner with new people are bringing in new deals. We have a lot of properties that were yet to add to this portfolio. But then for the first half of 2025, these are the two main projects that we're working on. This project is situated at Spintex around Bachona. And this property is also situated at Dansoman. So M.A.C, what we do is, our business model is simple. As I go, I'll delve into it. We partner with property owners who have properties that are not in so great shape. And then we become the middlemen, just like Airbnb and Booking are. But then we have added a twist to it. We are also bringing people who want to go into the space with not too much money, just enough they can spare. And then we partner up these two players, and then we split the revenue across board. These are some of the interior designs that our new units are going to have, okay? All right. Now, 2025, these are our projected numbers. Once we're done with these two new units, we have other units we're about to add on, but once we're done with these two units, we are anticipating about 180,000 Ghana cedis in revenue, okay? And we're looking at about 12 million Ghana cedis in asset value. As a property management firm, we're reshaping the short stay real estate industry in Ghana and Africa with our innovative booking platform, and we are inviting you to join us to achieve this goal together. With our 2025 projections, we are working to expand our business portfolio by adding more properties to our management. We are offering simple, affordable, and profitable entries to grow in the real estate market without the massive investments typically required. There are 3 ways to partner with us. Flexible investment, which is tailored with earnings directly tied to the performance of our units. Fixed investments, with guaranteed returns in proportion to your investment amount. Property investments, where you earn income by presenting your property for management. All investments and acquisitions are secured by long-term partnership agreements with property owners under M.A.C portfolio and our banking partners. Ready to get started with us? Contact us today for more details on how our partnerships work.